Derek O'Neill.
We're going live.
We're going. Derek came into the booth tonight on fire. So who knows what tonight holds, Derek? One of those days, huh?
Hopefully you brought your fire extinguisher.
I guess so. Yeah, I have it. That is for sure. We're live on KCSI, online at kcsifm.com. On our app, you can download that. Or over on our YouTube channel, you can watch it there. Go to YouTube and search for KCSI Radio. So, Derek, you have had the. You know what? Before we get going too far here, let me just give you what has happened so far this evening. In starting first in freshman play, it was Red Oak over Clarinda, 25-6, 25-13. In junior varsity play, it was a barn burner. Red Oak comes out on top, 25-15, but set number 2, 27-25. For set number 2, Red Oak comes out on top. That's kind of a quick look at what has happened here this evening. Rankings came out. Derek, let's talk if we can. And also let's mention that it's senior night, too, so there's going to be some special ceremonies going on around that as well. Let's talk about rankings. Let's talk about Hawkeye 10, and then let's talk about pairings if we can.
Yeah, you bet. So we've got new versions of all of those at the moment. So state rankings for Class 1A, your top 3, Ankeny Christian, Boyden Hull, and Holy Trinity Catholic. At number 7 is Stanton, and number 11 is Council Bluffs St. Albert's. In Class 2A, your top 3, Dike New Hartford, Hinton, and Grundy Center. At number 5 is Trainer, and number 7 is Kemper Catholic. Moving on to 3A, top 3, Western Christian, Mount Vernon, and Des Moines Christian. Might note there that Des Moines Christian at 3, we're going to hear about them here just a little bit later when we talk about pairings. In Class 4A, your top 3, we've got Clear Creek Amana, Indianola, and ADM. At number 5 is Lewis Central, and at number 14 is Glenwood. The other thing I'm going to comment just on 4A, if you got in there and you look at that top 15, a lot of those 4A schools Red Oak has seen this year at tournaments just throughout the season. So we've played a lot of tough competition to get to this point. Class 5A, your top 3, Dowling Catholic, Ankeny Centennial, Waukee Northwest, and number 15 is Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Hawkeye 10 rankings. So this is a Hawkeye 10 match here tonight between Red Oak and Clarinda. Lewis Central sits on top of the Hawkeye 10, 8 wins, no losses, followed by Glenwood at 7-1. Kemper Catholic sits at number 3 with 7-2. Red Oak sits in 4th place at 5-3. Clarinda sits in 6th at 4-4. St. Albert, they're right behind Red Oak, between Clarinda and Red Oak. They're in 5th place. Shenandoah, Harlan, Atlantic, Denison, and then Creston bringing up the end there of the Hawkeye 10 as far as current rankings in the Hawkeye 10. Now, pairings came out yesterday.
Yep.
Right? So everybody anxiously awaits those this time of year. And we are Class 3A, Region 3. So you just got to remember 3, right?
Yep.
When you're going out there and looking it up, okay? So match number 1 is going to see Des Moines Christian. Again, another 3, ranked 3 in 3A. Overall rankings there. They're going to face Atlantic. You're going to have a Van Meter versus Greene County. Then you're going to have Red Oak versus Harlan here in Red Oak at the Red Oak Junior Senior High. And then Clarinda is going to be at Clark for their pairing. And that is our 3A Region 3. Winners between the Red Oak there, Harlan game, and Clark and Clarinda will face off in Red Oak. The winner of the Des Moines Christian Atlantic and Van Meter Greene County game will face off at Des Moines Christian in the second round.
So the other thing, Derek, all of the Class 3A games, first round takes place on Tuesday the 17th, correct?
That is correct.
And an opening serve at 7 p.m. at all of those games.
7 p.m., that's right.
So just little time to think about that, talk about that. We still have regular volleyball season left here, but
yep.
That's kind of. Did you have a watch party for the pairings coming out at your house?
No watch party for the pairings. That's a good idea for next year. I think we're gonna do that live on YouTube next year.
There you go. A watch party.
Kind of get some reactions.
Yes.
Maybe get some coaches from the area, to
that'd be fun.
React. I think that would be fun.
We're gonna take a break, and we will come back with more. It's Red Oak and Clarinda. Just a quick thought, Derek. I think we're going to see some good volleyball here tonight.
I think it's going to be great volleyball. I think
it's going to be a good one. So
I love these. We've talked about that before. I love these Clarinda, Red Oak, Shenandoah kind of Southwest Iowa matchups here, and this is definitely going to be a great one here tonight.
Certainly. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after this.
One play can change momentum in a game, and one deductible is a game changer when it comes to your insurance. That's why you should see me, Richard Fisher, your Farm Bureau agent in Red Oak. I can help bring your car and home together in a single policy. So if life sends you a blitz in the form of a storm or fire, you'll pay just one deductible for everything that's covered. Come see how we can help protect what matters most. That's Richard Fisher down at Farm Bureau Financial Services across from the post office here in Red Oak.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
I think Kip's got the volume up a couple notches here tonight.
That's okay.
Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak is all new and better than ever. I'm Mike Utz, the new General Sales Manager. We boosted our inventory and expanded our dedicated sales and service teams while retaining the familiar faces you trust. Buying, selling, or trading, we've got you covered. Experience the fresh selection of cars and top-notch service at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak. Discover more at HawkeyeFord.com.
Thinking about doing a podcast and what all it takes.
For over 50 years, Heinlein Home Furnishings have served customers in Missouri and Iowa with our large in-stock selection or our custom order program. Our no-pressure sales and delivery team is always available to help you find items that'll make your home look beautiful. With over 80,000 feet of gorgeous furniture and flooring, check out one of our 3 locations today: Maryville, Missouri, or Harlan and Shenandoah, Iowa. Heinlein is here to help our neighbors have beautiful homes.
Part of tonight.
I watched part of the
Stadium 34 in Red Oak, proudly serving delicious food and drinks to all of Sunshine Country. From your favorite craft beer with a burger to a perfectly grilled ribeye steak and a glass of wine. They have a great selection on their menu. Stadium 34 also serves breakfast Saturday and Sunday mornings. And if you need a space for a wedding reception, anniversary party, family reunion, or birthday party, Stadium 34 has the perfect banquet space for a large or small event. Call today to book your party. That's Stadium 34 at the Red Coach Inn on Senate Avenue in Red Oak.
That's respect.
Welcome back to Red Oak, the Orange Gymnasium. It's Red Oak and Clarinda here in Red Oak this evening. Going to be some good volleyball. If you're anywhere in the area, head on down to Red Oak. Park right on the south side. Come in the south doors. Big Tiger right there. You can't miss it. Come into the Orange Gym. Grab some popcorn, a water, Diet Coke.
And if the parking on the south side is full, you got the Circle Drive and the parking lots in the north. I mean, don't just drive by if you think the parking lot's full. Come on in, because it's a big crowd and it's fun. And
I can tell you there's plenty of room.
I think there's a lot of energy in here tonight.
Plenty of room for people to come on down and watch some good volleyball.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, Derek, whenever you're looking at these two teams, and there's been a lot of volleyball played at this point, a lot of the same competition. So line these two teams up for me statistically and match them up for me. How's it look?
Yeah, so, both, like you said, both of these teams were towards the end of our Hawkeye 10 conference schedule. Big time, conference opponents here. these kids have all seen each other since elementary school. Club volleyball, basketball, track, tennis, you name it. They've played against each other for a while. So, and they know each other's tendencies. Kind of. It's a familiar matchup when you go play a team like this in the Hawkeye 10 and in Southwest Iowa. So, from a season leader standpoint, Clarinda's assists, Dakota Wise 6.7 per set. Merced Ramirez at 4.6 for the Tigers. Again, for the Cardinals on kills, Jersey Knight edges out the Tigers with 3.8 kills per set to Marley Gray's 2.9. Total blocks, almost 1 per set for Clarinda with Brooke Brown. Carly Jenkins on the Tigers side with 0.3 blocks per set. On digs, the Tigers take the edge on this one at 4 digs per set to with Nicole Bond there to Presley Job on the Cardinals side at 3.1. Serve aces, Jersey Knight, she is at 0.8 aces per set. Merced Ramirez is at 0.3 on the Tigers side. From a season stat, at this time of the season, again, you would kind of expect all of these stats to be very close to each other. Within minuscule amounts to note. But when we go through here, assists per set, the Tigers have 9.9 to the Cardinals 8.5. Kills per set, the Tigers take that at 10.6 to 9.6. Kill attempts per set, again, the Tigers at 29.1 to 28.7. That's almost dead even when it comes to a volleyball game. When we look at blocks per set, now the Cardinals are at 2.1 per set to the Tigers 0.9. That could be a difference again tonight. Digs, the Tigers edge that at 4.8 to 12.2 for the Cardinals. Serve aces, the Cardinals have 2.5 to the Tigers 1.8. So serving, I'm guessing Clarinda serves a little bit more aggressively than the Tigers, but the Tigers have a higher serve efficiency, serve success per set at 18.1 to 16.9. Both almost dead even at serve attempts per set, 19.4 to 20.2. And serve efficiency, again, 87 to 89% there between Clarinda and Red Oak. So I think both of these teams are going to match up very well. When you look at it statistically, I think blocks will come into play. And I think either the serving aggressiveness will help Clarinda or it could be a detriment. You never know because you look at their stats and they've got some super great stats at the serve line. And Red Oak has a very consistent stat line there too. Last 5, Clarinda is 4-1 in their last 5 with a loss there to Glydian Ralston. Tigers also 4-1 in their last 5 with a loss to Lewis Central there on Tuesday. Historically, according to Bound, the Tigers are 30-6 against Clarinda. I pulled some stats there back to 2015. And the only one that really matters is the last one, and that one was won by Clarinda in our regional game against them last year in October on the 17th of 2022. Red Oak just beat them almost a week and a half before that last year. So you never know with these two teams, and they both look very, very similar to what they were last year.
All right. I tell you what, Derek, let's take a break, and we will come back and continue on after this. It's volleyball here on KCSI, Red Oak.
Hey, Sunshine Country, it's Cheryl Porter. Do you like your job? How would you like to love your job? Fresco System USA is looking for several highly motivated workers to join our team. Come see me at 2026 Fernwood Avenue in Red Oak or call 712-623-8100, extension 6659, and we can talk about everything we offer, like benefits starting day 1 and so much more. So if you're ready to love your job, come see me today at Fresco System USA.
Love is in the air.
Do that because Melanie will probably turn the camera on him.
Yeah, I think that's good.
That's typically.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. No one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. You'll get customized coverage on one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it the most. Contact Farm Bureau agents Bruce Bryant or Jamie Sifford in Red Oak and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Too busy at work to wait in a long line at Subway? Order online at order.subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway in Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Yeah, there he is.
Have you had any
Old Faithful.
Have you had any feedback from your?
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local State Farm agent, Dave Carball, and we promise to deliver the service you deserve at the price you want. My State Farm team will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call us today at 712-623-5639 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Just a few minutes away from the opening serve here in Red Oak this evening. Now, we will have senior night, so at some point tonight we'll have introductions of the seniors for the Red Oak Tigers. Derek, give me some thoughts on tonight's matchup.
Yeah, I think, like I was saying there a little bit just on the stat line, I mean, these teams match up very well against each other, very similar stats. The pieces that popped out to me is the blocking and the serve aggressiveness I think we'll see from Clarinda. When you look at some overall stats, I mean, I think that Clarinda likes to go to Jersey night. She's got a really large amount of attempts here, I think.
I'm just watching her warm up here, and my goodness, she can hit the ball.
She's got over 625 attempts. Addison Wagner followed up with a 583 attempts, so they push a lot of balls those two ways.
Yep.
I think that if Clarinda watched any film or studied anything from the Lewis Central game, they're probably going to come out with some aggressive blocking on our middles. But they can't forget about our freshman Keely Jones on the outside and what she can make up for there, if they pull a double block on our middles. But again, as with any volleyball team, you want to run your offense. So if it's that aggressive serve, or if it's a block, you want to stay in system. And you'll see Coach Montgomery talk about that once in a while in a serve rotation where, she pulls somebody back and she comments, hey, we can't let them keep us out of system. So in the end, I don't know. I think it's either team's game. They're both right there in the middle of the Hawkeye 10, very similar records. Great competition.
Similar records, similar stats, Derek. And momentum.
Yes.
Who shows up and plays and gets momentum. I mean, that's a huge part of volleyball.
And even just the momentum from their previous 5, right?
Yeah.
Same exact 5-1 kind of record coming into tonight. So, again, it's one of those things where it's anybody's ball game. Love having Clarinda come up here and check us out here in Red Oak, and we love going down there and we get some great sponsors and advertisers from there in these, and
we got a lot of great friends, and a lot of great listeners down in the Clarinda area. Absolutely, Page County, you bet. So
it's an important part, just Southwest Iowa. We've talked about it before. All these little towns, they need each other to keep prospering and growing, and supporting each other in these volleyball games and football games and all that stuff. It matters a lot. So.
Yeah, go work, go play hard, Derek, but in the end, we're all neighbors in the end.
Yes,
so
that's right, yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with lineups after this.
Across Nebraska and southwest Iowa, too many people are living with pain, but they avoid seeking orthopedic care. If only they'd ask themselves one question: what's the best that could happen? At Ortho Nebraska, we make care as easy and comfortable as possible. You can be seen today without a referral, and the majority of patients don't require surgery. Whatever your pain, we offer the most accessible and personalized care to get you back to living your best life. Ortho Nebraska. Click, call, text, or walk in.
That hairdo, you just can't tell it. I'm bringing this back now. Welcome back for all of our online folks. Thanks for joining us. We are going to have senior night here. We're going to have our seniors introduced for the volleyball team, and we'll have our radio audience join us here. Kind of a fun night, senior night. Clarinda Cardinals in town tonight to take on the Red Oak Tigers. And we do want to say thanks to all of our sponsors. When you have the opportunity, make note of our sponsors and say thank you. Our first senior of the evening, Chloe Bruce. Chloe is the daughter of Scott and Jennifer Bruce. She's been involved in volleyball, basketball, wrestling, FFA, 4-H, Student Council, and NHS, National Honor Society. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university majoring in the agricultural field. Chloe Bruce. Thanks to Chloe and the Bruce family. Next senior up, Olivia Boswell. Olivia is the daughter of Chris and Shauna Boswell. She's been involved in basketball, volleyball, Student Council, FFA. After graduation, she plans to attend Iowa Western University, Iowa Western, to major in dental hygiene. That's Olivia Boswell. Thanks to Olivia. Taking photos. You can watch this on our YouTube channel, by the way. Merced Ramirez. Merced is the daughter of Gilberto and Dana Ramirez. She's been involved in volleyball, basketball, tennis, softball, Student Council, National Honor Society, and after graduation, she plans to continue a volleyball career and attend a 4-year college to major in business. That's Merced Ramirez.
The boosters do a great job helping with this, with the senior banners and all of that. Makes it a great production here for the seniors and their parents.
And the final senior of the evening is Haley Rydberg. Haley is the daughter of David and Amy Rydberg. She's been involved in volleyball, basketball, tennis, FFA, 4-H, Student Council, Mini Singers, Mayor's Youth Advisory Council, and the National Honor Society. After graduation, she plans to go to a 4-year college to major in elementary education. And those are your seniors. Yeah, I think the boosters do a nice job, Derek, and I really like the banners. That's something that has developed over the years, which I really like. It's kind of nice.
They they keep getting better and better, and there's spots for them to hang on the wall in the gym now and all that stuff. So it is a really great thing that they do, and a great way to honor the senior volleyball players here.
Absolutely. This is one of those nights when it starts to be real, that you're a senior.
I mean, honestly, it's coming towards the end of the season, it's these guys' first senior night event, and
they've played volleyball. All these girls have played, the young ladies have played and been involved for years, Derek, and it's just what you do. And at some point, you realize it's drawing to a close here, and this is kind of like you say, getting toward the end of it. It's senior night. It's a big night. So,
do you remember Allie's senior night?
I do.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I remember. So I broadcast all of Allie's volleyball and basketball games, and had a dad. And you know how that is now, because you had Jocelyn O'Neill. Is just for people to know. You may have a dad moment or two tonight too, Derek.
Yeah, it's possible,
and that's perfectly acceptable. I remember when Melanie still tells the story when Allie was playing. There were times that I would have to turn the headset down and yell a little bit, and then turn the headset back up. But certainly, it's a special time. You remember Lennon's? It was just
I do. I mean, just a couple of years ago, I remember all of that, and particularly when you get to that last game moment, you don't want to think about it that it's your last game, but
it is.
It sneaks. I mean, it sneaks up on them as players, and it sneaks up on you as a parent, and
certainly.
And you put a lot of, as a parent, you put a lot of time in to supporting these kids all these years to get them to this point as seniors and playing on the court here for their high school and the Red Oak Tigers. And
all right, so we're gonna have some player introductions. We're gonna we're gonna step away for a quick break, and we will be back with our player and our lineups after this.
Haley Ryberg, number 6, Tori Wendt, number 13, Marielle Ramirez, and number 15, Ellison Johnson. The Tigers are coached by Angie Montgomery, Sharon Allison, and Dana Ramirez. For the Cardinals, we are going to see number 2, Jersey Knight, number 3, Dakota Wise, number 5, Addison Wagner, number 8, Presley Job, number 11, Lily Merrill, number 12, Carson Wellhausen, number 13, Sage Howard, and number 16, Brooke Brown. Some of the non-starters there for the Cardinals, we'll see number 1, Ellie Cole, number 4, Kylie Meyer, number 6, Kelby Gray, number 7, Annika Price, number 9, Maddie Cole, number 10, Kaylee Smith. And that is it for the Cardinals roster and lineup. They are coached by Jess Hannafan and Dayton Martin.
And should be some good volleyball. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to step away. I think we're going to have our national anthem, still some player introductions being made. We're going to step away, and we will be back for volleyball after these messages. Just turn my mic up. Welcome back to Red Oak. I'm telling you, Vern Olson, he is dialed in with the national anthem.
He is as American as
apple pie.
Chevrolet.
I'm telling you, he is dialed in. It's like a recording. He just nails it every single time.
He is great at that. Love to hear him sing, and one of these times when we go to another game and you hear somebody else sing it, it's kind of just not the same.
It's not Vern.
I mean, we love hearing the students sing and all that. Don't get us wrong, because that gets me really excited too. But
yeah,
Vern and Red Oak and national anthem, it just all goes together.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Derek, it's just about time for volleyball here in Red Oak.
I have assumed my position standing.
Yes.
And because I'm kind of excited and nervous and all that stuff.
On the edge of your seat a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not. No, really not. You're standing. You're not in your seat at all.
I mean, well, I'm leaning on the edge of the seat as I stand here.
You're on edge.
Yep.
That's what you are. Should be. I just think we're going to see some good volleyball.
Yeah, it feels noisier in here tonight than it has in a while. There's a lot of energy here. So
the cross country runners are in Atlantic this evening. They've probably wrapped up by now. Sure. So now we have volleyball. Back to serve. Lily Merrill for the Cardinals. Jump serve, middle portion of the service line to the back row. Kennedy DeVries passes it up front. Set, tapped across by Jenkins. And point Tigers.
Great job there to start the match off with just a little tap, and the ball lands in right on the line there. Point for the Tigers.
And Red Oak leads 1-0, set number 1. Back to serve, Nicole Bond into the back row. Passed up front, Job. Set goes to Knight. She just taps it across. Jones on the other side, out of play behind the pin or the antenna.
Or the upright, as you like to call it.
Upright.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. In the football, it's the uprights. Here we go. Tied up at 1 apiece. Jump serve from Knight into the back row.
Ace serve.
And an ace serve by Jersey Knight.
So I'm telling you, I saw those stat lines, and is that an aggressive serve?
Yes.
That is an aggressive serve from Clarinda. Very potent Jersey Knight is from the serve line.
Jump serve right to the back row. This one misses out. She's going right for that back line.
Yeah, she is going to ace or almost ace. So, yeah, it's
tied up at 2 apiece now, set number 1. And back to serve for Red Oak is Merced Ramirez. Low, taps the top ribbon. Jelly roll, ace serve.
Just a little jelly roll right over the top, using the net to your advantage.
And it's an ace serve for Merced. And it's 3-2, Red Oak leading set number 1. Ramirez back to serve. From the right side. Taps the top ribbon again. That's going to be dug out by Jobe up front. Hit across by Brown. Point to the Cardinals. Tied up at 3 apiece.
Brown, a big middle for the Cardinals there at 5'10". She had owned all of that one right there.
And she's back to serve now into the back row. DeVries passes it up front. Set goes to Jones. It's out. Going for the back line, and it's just too far, and the point goes to the Cardinals. Cardinals lead 4-3 in set 1. And back to serve is Brown. Brooke Brown into the back row. Bond passes it to the net. Set. O'Neal. Big hit. Kill. Jocelyn O'Neal.
Yeah, I think that's it's good to see there. You know, they didn't pull a lot of blockers there on Jocelyn like the Lewis Central game. And she was able to just easily take that quick set to the middle and smack it down in the court there for the Tigers.
Tied up at 4 apiece. Emily Siebenecker into the game and back to serve. Tied up at 4 apiece. Serve into the back row. There's Jobe. Up front, set goes to Wagner. Hit across. Tigers are there. Free ball across the net by O'Neal. Set to Wagner. Dug out by Siebenecker, but it's just too much to handle. Goes out of play. When the ball's hit hard like that, Derek, it's just sometimes hard to control.
Yeah, it's just, imagine yourself being out there trying to take one of those rockets and place it accurately.
Yeah. 5-4, Clarinda leads. Out. Nicole Bond goes up and then pulls back right the last second, and it goes out of play. Good decision by Nicole.
Yeah, she was aware of where those lines were, and the ball floated and just wisely let it go.
And it's 5 apiece, set number 1. O'Neal back to serve. Into the back row. Jobe passes it up front to Wise. Tapped across by Wellhausen. Point, Cardinals. Carson Wellhausen.
Yeah, she's another one of their big middle hitters, 6'1" for the Cardinals. They're pretty dominant there in the middle with size and blocking and those
she's
attacks there.
Right beside her, 6'2", Howard. So Gray right to the back line. Nice shot by Marley Gray.
Yeah, great job by the Tigers there getting that set up for Marley to be able to get the kill.
And it's 6 apiece, set 1. Back to serve Joint for the Tigers. 6-6, Alexis Joint from the right side. Into the back row, Jobe. Set goes to Knight. She hits it hard, and again, kind of ball shanks off into the bleachers. And it's 7-6. And nice hit by Jersey Knight. Back to serve now will be Presley Jobe. She's a senior, 5'6" senior, the libero. This point, it sails long. That was close.
Yeah, again, when I was looking at that stat line for Clarinda, I could tell that they were aggressive, and they want to do that, what they're doing right there, because when they're on, I'm sure it's very, very effective for them.
7 apiece, tied up at 7. Set number 1, back to serve Marley Gray. Into the back row, there's Jobe. Set goes to Howard. She hits it down the line. Vaughn gets under it, but it bounces off of the top rafter and
hit one of the basketball supports there and just kind of bounced back and away. We weren't headed there, so
that can be very disruptive, Derek. Most times when that happens, it falls to the floor.
I know. The architect should have made this about 3 or 4 feet taller.
If you knew that guy, Derek, if you just knew that guy, you could talk to him. Serve into the back row. A serve. ace serve. That was Lily Merrill, senior, 5'5" senior with the ace serve. Clarinda leads by 2, 9-7 now in set number 1. Dug out by Bond. Set goes to Jones.
Yeah.
Big hit, kill by Keely Jones, the freshman.
So when we talk about, in the opening comments there about staying in system, that's an example of, you get that good pass right to the spot on the floor where the setter's at, and it sets you up for a good kill.
Bond serves and being aggressive with the serve. Nicole was just a bit long. Point goes out, and it's the Cardinals' point, 10-8. Back around to serve again is Jersey Knight. Serves from the right side of the service line. Jump serve into the back row. It's in, and I tell you what, ace serve. That just goes and just dives right to that back line.
It's just, I don't even know how to, it's like the best sinker, pitch you see in baseball, where it's just
impressive
coming at you, and then it just knows to dive down right before it goes out of bounds.
11-8, Cardinals lead. Again, ace serve, Jersey Knight.
Yeah, I think the Tigers, they're going to need to probably pull someone back just a little bit to help with, and it's not just how it's placed, it's hit hard also here from Clarinda.
It's coming with some velocity across the net. 12-8 to score. Clarinda with the lead. Again into the back row. This one sails long, and the point will go to the Tigers, 12-9. Cardinals lead.
I've noticed here just quickly, Cardinals, they're running a slightly different rotation than what the Tigers do, and we can talk about that here a little bit as Merced serves.
Kind of a little soft serve there from Ramirez. Hit by Wagner. Dug out by Bond. Back across the net. This time dump set by Wise. Bond is there. Set to Boswell into the back row. Knight set to Wagner on the left side. She taps it across. Kept alive by the Tigers. Passed up front. Hit across by Jones in the back row. Knight's there. Again, Wise set to Wagner on the left side. She finds the open spot on the court, and it's a point for the Cardinals. 13-9 is our score in set number 1. Back to serve Brooke Brown, 5'10" senior. She is a middle for the Cardinals. Into the back row. DeVries pass it right to the net. Free ball across the net that time by O'Neal. Knight, Wise set to Wellhausen. She was going for the side, but it's too far and goes out of play. Point goes to the Tigers.
Yeah, she's another one of their great middle hitters there. She could see the court and where she wanted to hit it, just maybe got a little excited that the spot was open and hit it a little long, but she's another one of their great middles there on the Cardinals side.
13-10, Cardinals lead set 1. Back to serve Siebenecker. Into the back row, Knight digs it, passes up front. Wise set to Wagner. She just taps it across. That's good court awareness by Wise.
I'll tell you what, when you are a team like Clarinda and you can hit the ball hard, you get the blockers on the other side trained like Red Oak did there to jump up, and
you have to respect that big hit coming, and then when it just floats across the net, it's hard to adjust to. There you go, a big hit by O'Neal, and the Cardinals keep it alive. Free ball across the net by Job. Set to Gray. She hits it across. This time it falls to the court.
Yeah, Jocelyn had a great hit there on that attempt. Just didn't quite. Clarinda handled it very well, and then she did a good job of pulling the block there for Marley. So Marley had a clean shot for the kill there.
14-11, Cardinals lead set 1. Back to serve O'Neal from the left side of the service line. Across by Wagner. Tapped off of the Tigers. Out of play. Point Cardinals.
Clarinda has maintained this kind of 3 to 4 point lead here for now, I don't know, the past 5 or so serves. So Red Oak's going to need to step it up a little bit if they want to be able to get some momentum back here.
15-11 is our score. Jump serve by Wagner into the back row up front. Set right at the net.
Yeah.
Having a net violation on the Tigers.
Super tight set to the net there, and Olivia just did everything she could to get the ball over, but her momentum just carried her under the net just a little bit there.
Addison Wagner serves from kind of favoring to the left side. This from the center. Jump serve into the back row to Siebenecker. Hit across by Gray into the net. Actually, a point goes to the Cardinals. It's 17-11 Cardinals lead. Timeout on the court. Coach Montgomery wants to talk about it. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after this.
Subscribe to the KCSI Radio YouTube channel today. Interviews, parades, events, contests, and more. Subscribe to KCSI Radio on YouTube and get notified every time something fun happens.
In the orange gymnasium, Clarinda has opened up now, I think, the biggest lead of the night for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
17-11 is our score.
Yeah, it's a good lead here in the first set, and they feel pretty good about themselves. Red Oak called that timeout, and I saw 4 or 5 of the Cardinal girls there just having fun in the huddle there with their coach, feeling very in control of this set, and Red Oak using all the time here this timeout to talk about strategy and how they're going to reverse course here.
Addison Wagner, a sophomore, back to serve. Great sophomore player. Middle portion service line in the back row to Gray. There's Bond. We're going to have a free ball across the net by Boswell. Set from Wise to Knight. She taps it across. Gray is there. Ramirez with the set to Boswell. She taps it across.
Yeah.
Nice job by Olivia.
That was a great job by Olivia. She had at least 2 blockers in her face, if not almost 3. You don't see that very often with 3, but Clarinda keeping Red Oak kind of out of system, and then they're able to set up the ball the way they want. And Red Oak able to find a way to get the point in the side out.
Back to serve joint, and it's out. 17. No, it's going to be 18 now. 12, I think, will be the score. Clarinda with the lead, maintaining that 6-point lead. And back to serve, Presley Job. She's a senior. Libero into the back row. Bond up front, right at the net. Hit hard down by Gray, but dug out nicely by Wise. Free ball across the net, Job. There's Bond set to Gray. Yeah, off of the Cardinals. Point Tigers.
Yeah, that was a good quick there. The Tigers ran a quick to try and change the tempo. Marley got a hold of all of it. I think that would have been a kill either way. Clarinda touched it and side out for the Tigers here. We need to get some momentum going.
Back to serve Gray. Into the back row to Wagner. There's Job. Passes it up the net. Free ball across the net. Wise. Up front, joint with the set to Ramirez. She taps across. Nice job by Job to dig that out, but then Cardinals failed to do what they need to with it, and the point goes to Tigers. But Cardinals lead 18-14, set 1.
Job is a great defensive player there for Cardinals. We've seen her lay herself out like that for a couple of defensive saves.
There's Knight set to Howard. She taps it across. Set to Jones over on the left side. She hits it hard. Wagner keeps it alive, and then we're going to have a hit across the net. Knight, but it sails long.
Calling a tip there on that.
Yes, they are.
By the Tigers.
Yep.
And point is going to go to Clarinda. That is
19-14 is the score. Clarinda leads. End of the ball game, and back to serve is Lily Merrill, senior, 5'5" senior for the Cardinals. She had some success from the service line last time around. Into the back row, Bond right to the net. And
2 hits, that's got to be.
Yeah, 2 hits.
The overpass by Nicole results in a point. So, I mean, once in a while you get lucky.
You need a little luck every now and then.
Hey man, when you're down 5 points, that's it could be a momentum changer for sure.
19-15 Cardinals lead. Back to serve is Bond into the back row. Job to Wise, set to Knight over on the left side. It's into the upright.
Yeah, Nicole now keeping Clarinda just a little bit out of system where their setter isn't quite able to get to the ball the way she wants and only having one option really.
19-16 is our score. This sells out the backside. The point goes to the Cardinals. 20-16 is the score. Cardinals lead.
So there's that magical 20 number, Aaron, that we've talked about a couple of times that, you know, once you get to that, it's kind of tough to catch up.
Hit across by Knight. I tell you what, Jersey Knight has a serve, and it is hard to gauge whether it is in or out. It is impressive.
It is an impressive serve, and she is a junior, right? So she's got another volleyball season ahead of her to get that even more perfect.
Wise set to Brown. Brown just taps it right to the open spot on the court. Point goes to the Cardinals. And it's 21-17. Cardinals lead. Back to serve is Brown. 5'10" senior for the Cardinals. Into the back row, DeVries. Set goes to Boswell. Into the back row, Brown digs it out. Set to Wagner. She hits it hard. Out.
Good job by the Tigers to just let that go.
And Addison Wagner, sophomore. Derek, she's a good volleyball player.
Absolutely. I think she got some Hawkeye 10 honors last year as a freshman, and well-deserved, and she's playing great here as a sophomore here in this Hawkeye 10 match against the Tigers.
Hit across by Wagner. This one sails a bit long. And the point goes to Red Oak. It's 21-19. Cardinals lead set one. Back to serve is Siebenecker. What's the discussion here, Derek? About, I suppose we're okay now?
Yeah,
Was it a rotational thing, or what was that? I didn't see what
I think maybe the down ref was just checking the rotation of who was serving for us.
All right. Tapped across by Wellhausen. Pancake by Ramirez. Tapped across by by Boswell. There's Wagner to the back row to Bond. Dump set, Ramirez. Nice job to get under it there by the Cardinals. Gray keeps alive up front and tapped across by Boswell again. That's Merrill. Set to Howard. Wagner. She hits it across. Into the back row, down ball. Knight passes it to Wise. Set to Wellhausen. She taps it across.
Man.
Marley Gray just lays it out to get it back across the net and just out on the sideline.
Great volley there. I mean, Clarinda wasn't going to let anything drop. Red Oak, I think we had a pancake and a chicken wing there by Merced, and, just, again, barely going out of bounds there for the Tigers.
Jump serve across the net, Dakota Wise. Up front, set to O'Neal. She hits it down, but there's Joe. Wise sets Wagner. Siebenecker digs it out, goes back across. Wise with the set to Wellhausen. She hits across. Bond digs it up front. Ramirez with the set to Gray. Blocked out of play. Point Tigers. We're seeing some good volleyball here.
This is great. I'm not even on the edge of my seat anymore. I had to move against the wall.
You're just
walk
totally
around up here.
standing now.
It's need a little more space to walk around and pace up here. So.
22-20 is our score. Cardinals lead. O'Neal back to serve into the back row. Job. Wise with the set to Wagner. She hits it across, kept alive by Boswell. There's Gray. Gray taps it to the open spot.
Yeah, good job by Marley to just find that open spot and tap it down on the floor. And we have a 1-point ball game here.
22-21 is our score. Clarinda leads. O'Neal to serve for Red Oak. Low across the net. There's Knight. Wise with the set to Wellhausen. She hits it to the back row to Siebenecker. Out front over on the left side, set to Gray. Misses out. Point Cardinals. 23-21. And back to serve is Wagner. Addison Wagner. 23-21 jump serve coming from Wagner. Low across the net. There's Siebenecker. Boswell hit across by Jenkins. Job passed it to Wise. Set to Howard. She taps it across. Siebenecker is there. Ramirez sets Boswell over on the right side. Hit across. Dug out by Job. Pushed across by Wise. Free ball across the net. Jenkins. There's Job from the back row. Wagner. And hits the net. A little jelly roll, and it goes out of play.
Just another great volley there by both teams. Red Oak just on the short end of that. Looks like 24-21 set point here for Clarinda.
And back to serve will be Wagner. Addison Wagner jump serve into the back row. Siebenecker, that's it. Clarinda wins set number one, 25-21. It was a tight one. We're going to take a break. Clarinda leads 1-0 here in Red Oak this evening. We'll be back after this. But the Clarinda bench and the fans are having some fun.
Yeah, they were doing some fun things over there on the side. I hadn't seen that one before. I've seen the whole, where they do the cardiac arrest kind of thing for CRHC. Maybe they do that for it. But they were doing a bench press one over there I haven't seen before. So
that was a good break for the Cardinals. Here we go. Set number 2, serving Bond into the back row tonight. Set to Howard. She hits it, blocked at the net. Set to Ramirez, hits it into the back row. Wagner passes it up front. Wise right at the net, tapped across by Knight. Nice job by the Tigers to keep alive. O'Neal with the free ball across the net up front. Wise set to Brown. Point Cardinals.
Tapped off the Tiger blockers there and sails out of bounds. Trying to see what the Tigers have done differently here, and they have changed their rotation here just a little bit. I'm not quite sure if it's a different position or what. Clarinda sticking with what they had going on there at the very beginning, running their 5-1, which is a little different from Red Oak. One setter out there the whole time.
Lily Merrill serves in the back row. DeVries set goes to Ramirez. She taps it across. Set to Knight over on the left side. She hits it hard. DeVries passes it to Joint. Set to O'Neal. And just couldn't stretch and get it. And point goes to the Cardinals. 2-0 is the score. Back to serve Merrill, a senior, 5'5" senior. She'll jump serve middle portion of the service line in the back row. Ramirez to DeVries. Down ball across the net. Jones. Job passes to Wise. Set to Brown. She taps it right to the open spot.
Tigers caught in a little bit of a campfire there, kind of looking at the open spot on the floor there.
3-0. Cardinals starting off on a tear here in set number 2. 3-0. Back to serve is Merrill. Into the back row, Bond. To Joint. Set to O'Neal. This one's hit hard. Dug out by Merrill. Hit by Knight. Blocked at the net. Brown taps it down. Joint with the set to Jones over on the left side. Net violation, Cardinals.
That was a great job by the Tigers there, both defensively to keep the ball in, and then I'm going to call out Jocelyn again for pulling the block there for Keeley to only have one defender in her face on that hit and helping make that happen there for the Tigers on the side out.
3-1. Cardinals lead. Ramirez serves to the Tigers low across the net. Job digs it and then hit across, kind of back and forth there by the Cardinals. They get it across. Big hit. O'Neal. Point Tigers. 3-2 is our score. Set 2.
That's what the Tigers need to do. They need to stay in system. Starts with good passes. We've talked about that all season long. Starts with good passes. Let the setter have an option there, multiple options, and keeps the defense on their toes and tempo up. Back to serve Ramirez into the back row. Lily chased down by Wise. We're going to have a free ball across the net by Merrill, rather. Set to Boswell. Hits across. There's Job. Wise with the set to Knight. Hit and blocked. Knight set again. This time down the line, and it's in. Point Cardinals. I think there was a little anger on Jersey there. She'd been blocked a couple of times there on the outside, and she changed it up and went down the line very wisely. That's a smart volleyball player right there, and Clarinda still in command in set 2 here.
4-2, Clarinda leads. There's that serve. DeVries gets under it, but that's an impressive serve.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I know I've said that a number of times, but it is, Derek. I mean, that ball is smoking it across the net. 5-2.
Okay, so Tigers have pulled back a couple of different defensive players here to see if they can handle it.
That's in the back row. That's out. Yeah. She kind of walks the line with that serve. It's right at the back at the line every time.
I haven't seen her hit it in the net yet, though, and that's a key. If you're aggressive like that and you've seen that ball come over and just drop, your tendency as a defensive player is going to be to try and get the ball. So if it goes into the net, there's no chance of playing it at all.
Set to Brown. She hits it hard. Kept alive by the Tigers. This time kind of just shanks off the hand of the Tigers. It's 6-3. Cardinals lead set number 2.
And we have seen a lot of that with the way the Cardinal front row is attacking the ball. It's just hitting the top of the Tiger block and kind of finding an open space.
It's set to Gray. Yeah. Big hit by Marley Gray. Point Tigers.
So that's a good example, again, of a great pass great opportunity for Merced to set wherever she wants on the courts, and she chose to go to her outside, Marley Gray there, and Marley just slams it down.
6-4, Cardinals lead set 2. Cardinals won set number 1. Set goes to Wagner over on the left side. Jones digs it out, kept alive by O'Neal. Down ball across the net. Ramirez, it misses out.
Right idea by Merced to try and hit that to the corner. Haven't done that a whole lot tonight, but it just sails just a little bit too long.
It's 7-4, set 2. Cardinals lead. And back to serve is Wise. Hit across, a serve by Dakota Wise. She's a junior. 5'6" junior for the Cardinals. 8-4, Cardinals lead set 2.
I don't know what to say about that hasn't already been said. You know, it's kind of need to execute out there.
Into the back row again.
That was touched.
And touched. Point Cardinals, 9-4. Here we go.
5-point differential.
Wise back to serve, Dakota Wise. Jump serve. This one's soft. Here we go. Hit by Gray. Blocked at the net, but it falls on the Cardinals side.
Good job by the Tigers getting the side out. And
that tandem over there with Wellhausen and Howard, you have 6'1" and 6'2", Derek.
Yeah.
I mean, so dug out by Knight. Hit by Knight into the net. She unloads on the ball.
Yeah, she's there's a reason she has 500 and some attempts for the Cardinals there, and that's because she's a pretty dominant outside hitter.
All right, here we go. Serve into the back row. There's Wagner. Wise sets Wagner. She hits it hard, and the Cardinals are rolling here, Derek. 10-6 now, Cardinals lead. We should say the Cardinals are flying high.
They are perched up in their nest, enjoying the view.
I don't know. Here we go. 10-6. Back to serve Wagner. Addison Wagner, sophomore, 5'6" sophomore. Jump serve. Into the back row. Jones, and again, Tigers just a little ragged here. 11-6 is the score.
Yeah, 5 points is a tough amount to overcome, particularly when we start getting to the middle of the set here.
And against a team like Clarinda.
Yeah, absolutely.
This time a little short serve. Ramirez is there. Set to Jenkins. Hits too far, and the point goes to the Cardinals. 12-6. Timeout on the court. Coach Montgomery wants to talk about it. 12-6, Cardinals lead set 2. We'll be back after this. Twelve to 6 is our score in set number 2. Cardinals win set number 1, 25-21, and they lead set 2, 12-6. Cardinals are playing well.
Yeah, I'd say they're pretty in charge of this entire game at the moment. Yeah, I do see Red Oak has tried to make some changes there with their back row to see if we can catch up with their serving. And then I'm a little unclear of what rotation we're running here with both of our setters on the floor at the moment.
Hip jelly roll across the net. A serve by Wagner. Addison Wagner continues the points here for the Cardinals. It's 13-6. Cardinals lead. Jump serve. Siebenecker to joint. Tapped across by Ramirez. Here's a set to Knight over on the right side. Blocked there by Jenkins and Ramirez. Hit across by Howard. Ramirez keeps it alive. Free ball across the net. Bond into the back row. Wagner passes it to Wise. Set to Wellhausen. Blocked by the Tigers. Wise keeps it alive. Job to Knight into the net. Point Tigers.
Well, that's a good job by the Tigers to hopefully, take advantage of this side out and that mistake there by Clarinda, and hopefully get some momentum going here with.
Into the game, Jones taking a seat is Siebenecker.
Marley serving here for the Tigers.
And Gray serving, like Derek said, into the back row. Job to Wise. There's Howard, hits it across. Gray passed up front to Joint, set to Jones. She taps it across, kept alive. Knight pushes it across the net with two hands. Low set to Jenkins. This time the set goes to Jones, Keely Jones. Point Tigers.
Yep, she hits into the blockers, and they just can't handle it. Falls on the Clarinda side. Point to the Tigers.
13-8 is our score. All right, 13-8. Cardinals lead. Gray to serve for Red Oak. Wagner digs it. Wise to Knight. Hit hard. Point Cardinals.
Yeah, they just they executed that pretty good. They run a 5-1 offense there with Wise as their setter, and she knew exactly where she wanted to go, and I would too, with Jersey Knight taking the kill for the Cardinals there.
It's 14-8. Cardinals lead. Back to serve is Job. Presley Job. DeVries receives, passes it up front, set to Jenkins. She hits it across. Job is there. Wise, free ball across the net. Cardinals, a little bit of miscommunication between the two on who had it.
Yep, just a little not quite in sync there as they have been, and you haven't seen very many errors by them tonight on the defensive side like that, and that's two here in just a couple of points.
14-9 is the score. Cardinals lead. Knight up to Wise, set to Howard. Hits it across, and free ball across the net by Joint. Job to Wise, set to Brown. She taps it across. It's in.
Yeah, when you're tall with long arms like that, you can kind of jump, decide where you want to hit it, and then change your momentum and just push the ball where you need it to go.
And it's 15-9. Cardinals lead set two. Back to serve is Merrill, Lily Merrill. Jump serve from the middle portion of the service line. Jones. The set goes to Ramirez. She taps it across with her fist. Wise set tonight. Hit hard. I'm telling you, on off of a couple of Red Oak players and into the bleachers.
Yeah, Red Oak is definitely gonna need to look at a blocking scheme to just stop that corner of the offense there for Cardinals with whatever point Jersey is in that rotation. We need to have our top blockers there.
There's Jones, Keely Jones with another point for the Tigers. Over on the left side, 16-10, Cardinals lead. Into the game, Boswell taking seat Joint, and back to serve Ramirez for Red Oak.
Let's see if Merced can get a little bit of a run going for the Tigers.
Merced, Ramirez, across the net, into the net, point Cardinals.
Last time I'm going to say that.
That didn't work out so well, did it?
No. My superstition kind of has me thinking, we'll use that one again.
Jersey Knight back to serve. Jump serve, right side, hard again, and there it is again, a serve by Jersey Knight. And it's 18-10. Cardinals with the lead. Knight back to serve, jump serve, hit hard. There's a good job by O'Neal to dig it out. Hit across by Boswell into the back row. A couple of Cardinals run into each other. Wagner hits it across. Kept alive. It's going to shank out of play, though. Pretty big collision there.
Big collision. Good recovery by Wagner, I think, to hit that over on the Tigers side.
Yes.
And I think, just she hits really hard. DeVries just couldn't quite handle it.
Hit across, into the net. Knight was switching it up on the side of the court she was going to on that one, down the right side, and it goes into the net. It's 19-11 is the score on the scoreboard. Clarinda with the lead. big lead. Back to serve is Siebenecker. And it's set 2. Siebenecker serve into the back row. Job Wise with the set to Wagner. This time set goes to O'Neal. There's Knight. Wise gets under it. Free ball across the net. And nice heads-up play by Siebenecker to let it go out of play. 19-12 is our score. Siebenecker back to serve for Red Oak. Middle portion of the service line in the back row. There's Lily. Merrill into the back row. Siebenecker set to Boswell on the right side. Merrill digs it out. Hit by Wagner, kept alive by Siebenecker. Bond passes it to Gray, and we have a free ball across the net by the Tigers up front. Right at the net, tap down. Brown hits it back across. Set to Gray. She pushes it to the open spot on the court, and it's a point Tigers.
And that was a great job by Marley, too, to switch hands in midair as the set sailed just a skosh long. She switched hands and used her left hand to just kind of tap it down to the open spot.
And it's 19-13. Low and into the net. Point goes to the Cardinals. It's 20-13 Cardinals lead. Back to serve is Brown. And it's 20-13. Serve into the back row to Bond. Ramirez hit across by Boswell. Dump set by Ramirez. Merced.
That was a great job by Merced to recognize kind of out of system even to begin with an overpass from the Cardinals there. Jocelyn taps it up, and then Merced dumps it over.
20-14 is the score. Back to serve O'Neal. Low across the net. A serve by O'Neal. Jocelyn O'Neal. Point Tigers. 20-15 is our score. Clarinda leads. Hit across by O'Neal. Into the back row tonight. She passed it to Wise. Hit hard by Wellhausen. Hit across by Boswell for the Tigers. Set this time to Wagner. Point Cardinals.
Yeah, the way Clarinda has that set up with Wagner and Jersey Knight being opposite of each other, that's a pretty powerful combination there on the outside. And the Tigers need to be able to adjust just a little bit.
Hit across by Wise. Kind of a short serve. Hit hard by Gray, out of play. Point Tigers. And it's 21-16, Cardinals with the lead. Set number 2. Back to serve is Joint. Dug out by Knight. Hit, and the point goes to the Tigers. 21-17 should be our score now. It is. Here we go again. Alexis Joint back to serve for Red Oak from the right side. Serves into the back row. Wagner to Wise, and then from the back row, free ball across the net by Knight to Siebenecker. Up front, Joint set to Gray. She hits it. Knight digs it. Up front, Wise. This time to set to Wagner on the left side. Point Cardinals.
Great hustle by the Tigers there. Blocking the hit by Wagner, transitioning to try and save the ball off of the block. Merced gives it her all and goes, 3/4 of the way up here in the bleachers.
Hit across by Wagner. Ramirez, and then a down ball across the net. Jenkins. Job digs it to Wise, set to Knight. Into the net. We haven't seen that many times tonight. 22-18.
I mean, I like Clarinda, but maybe we could see it a few more times tonight.
22-18 is our score.
I'll take the dad pass.
There you go. That's the dad commentary there. 22-18. Back to serve DeVries. Into the back row, Job passes it to Wise. Hit across by Wellhausen, off for the hands of the Tigers. Carson Wellhausen, sophomore, Derek. She's a sophomore.
Yeah, there's a couple of sophomores on this.
You can see some.
Wellhausen, Wagner, both those are sophomores.
Yeah. Serve is out, and the point goes to the Tigers. Back to serve for Red Oak will be Bond. 23-19 is the score. Set number 2. Bond serve into the back row tonight. Wise sets Howard. She hits it across. Down ball across the net by Jones. Set tonight, hit hard, point, Cardinals. And it's set point for the Cardinals, set number 2. 24-19 is our score, set point Cardinals. Back to serve will be Merrill. Lily Merrill. Jump serve. Into the back row, Bond to Joint. Set to Ramirez. Goes out. And it's 25-19. Set 2. Cardinals win set 2. 25-19. And they lead 2 sets to none on the evening. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the third set right after this. Down in the first 2 sets here, it's pretty much been all Clarinda. Really, Clarinda won the first 2, 25-21, 25-19, and have been very impressive, I would say, through these first 2 sets.
Yeah, I would say it's, it starts out close and then they break open about a 5-point lead and it just slowly builds from there. And I think there's now they're up 2 sets. There's a confidence that goes with it, and as long as Red Oak can play to win and not try to protect themselves from losing, I think we can come out, make some changes here, which I see some changes again in the rotation. But
back to serve will be Merrill. Jump serve, middle portion of the court. A front joint serve to Ramirez. Point Tigers. Red Oak on the board. 1-0, set number 3. Bond back to serve. Low and into the net, point Cardinals.
Yeah, Tigers in this third set here, they've really got to focus on minimizing error opportunities like that.
Well, it's a must-win for the Tigers or it's over for the evening.
It is, yep.
Knight, jump serve. Into the back row, Bond is there. Set to O'Neal, blocked by Brown.
Yeah, Tigers caught a little out of system there, and Jocelyn took the bump set there from Keeley, and one of their big blockers right there in her face, ready to say no.
Jump serve again by Knight. This one misses out. Nice job by Nicole Bond. And it's 2 apiece.
Yeah, it's clear that Clarinda's coach has a lot of confidence in Jersey there to just unleash, knowing that sometimes you're going to miss, but other times you're going to sneak up and get those aces.
Back to serve Ramirez into the back row to Merrill. Set to Wagner over on the left side, and that's hard. That was a hard hit ball right there.
Big time. When you're up 2-0, you can swing a little harder, knowing that maybe you've got a mistake or two that you can give if you're Clarinda, and it shows right there.
Brown back to serve, passed right tight to the net, tapped across by O'Neal. Great job by Jocelyn just to get that one across. Dugout. Tigers keep it alive. Boswell set from Wise to Wellhausen. She hits it hard. Bond is there. Ramirez hit across by Bond. Set comes to Wagner on the left side. She hits it across. Wellhausen. Wise set to Wagner. Will do it again. This time she just taps it across. Free ball across the net by DeVries. Set to Wellhausen. Out. Point Tigers. It's 3-3. Set number 3.
Wise is a great setter there on the Clarinda side, knowing how to mix it up there a couple of times. We blocked Clarinda. The Tigers blocked Clarinda there a couple of attempts there, and she keeps going to a different spot on the floor. And
yes, Wise is a very good setter. Into the back row, Knight to Wise, set to Wagner. Siebenecker digs it, passes it up front to Boswell. Olivia Boswell.
Good job by Olivia there on the right side to find that seam down the right side of the court there and make it happen for the Tigers.
4-3, Red Oak leads set number 3. And serve comes across the net. Job, a nice job to get under it. Hit hard by Wellhausen. That starts with a good dig and a good set from Wise, and then it finishes with Wellhausen. It's tied up at 4. Back to serve is Wise. Into the back row, Bond to Boswell. Set to O'Neal.
4 hits, I think, on the Tigers.
Yep. And it's 5-4. Cardinals lead. Back to serve is Wise. Dakota Wise. Here we go. Misses out. Point Tigers.
Everyone on Clarinda's side here is getting after the aggressive serve in this set. Tigers our back row is really going to have to step it up to be on point here.
5 apiece. Serve from O'Neal. A serve by Jocelyn O'Neal.
Jocelyn did a good job finding the open spot on the floor. I can't tell if the coaches are telling her where they want that to go or not. I don't know that they typically do that, but
6-5 is our score. Red Oak leads. Into the back row. A serve. Jocelyn O'Neal. 7-5. Red Oak leads. O'Neal back to serve. Getting a little momentum here for the Tigers, O'Neal is. Into the back row again tonight. Up tight to the net, Wise. Free ball across the net, Wellhausen. Siebenecker to Ramirez, set to Gray. Point Tigers. 8-5, Red Oak with the lead, set number 3. And Red Oak leads. Trying to get the ball here. Here we go. Kind of rolled over toward the bleachers and just kind of sat there. 8-5, Red Oak leads. O'Neal back to serve. Low across the net. Ace serve, Jocelyn O'Neal. Jocelyn finding the groove here now.
Am I turning blue yet? I've been holding my breath for like 4 points.
So. You can breathe, Derek. You're allowed to breathe. Here we go, 9-5, Red Oak leads. O'Neal serve into the back row. Knight. Wise set to Wagner. Kept alive. We're going to have a free ball across the net. Pushed across there by Gray. Set to Wellhausen. Siebenecker. It's going to sail out of play. Point to the Cardinals. 9-6. Back to serve is Wagner. Addison Wagner, a sophomore. Serve to Siebenecker. Set goes to Gray. Hit and block. Big block.
Great job by the Tigers there to get that serve, aggressive serve in the first place. And Merced had a great set there to Marley. And, man, Clarinda in their big front row just right there to stop it.
I mean, 6'1", 6'2", Derek. Some height up there. Set to Jenkins. Point to Clarinda. And it's 9-8 now. Clarinda right back in this thing. Set number 3. Tigers have to win to keep it alive. Cardinals want to put it away for the night. Little short serve that time. Dump set Ramirez. Point Tigers. Merced is dialed in on that dump set.
Yeah, and that definitely was an opportunity for her, and she very wisely took advantage of it.
10-8. Red Oak leads set 3. Joint back to serve. There's Wagner to Wise. Set to Knight. Big hit by Jersey Knight. Point goes to the Cardinals. 1 point ball game. 10-9. Back to serve Job. Presley Job. She is the libero, senior libero, 5'6". Bond to Joint, set to Gray. Nice job by Wise to keep that one alive. Hit from the back row and just short. Point goes to the Tigers.
Clarinda has not made very many mistakes like that all night long. They've and that's shown in the results of the scores here. So hopefully the Tigers can, use this to their advantage and maybe build a little bit of a lead here.
11-9 is the score. Serve from DeVries. Job to Wise, hit across by Brown. Ramirez to Jones, hit hard. Big block again over on that combo. That time Brown and Howard over there.
Yeah, and that those big blocks like that, and they just fall on the spot on the court where they need to, and it's tough to defend.
11-10 is the score. Did we just reach a milestone?
Looks like I see a sign over here for Clarinda. I'm not sure what it is.
I think a milestone was just reached there. And it's 11-10. Hit across by Ramirez, blocked at the net. Actually, I don't think it made it across the net. Into the net, probably more accurately. And we're tied up at 11. And back to serve will be Merrill for the Cardinals. Hit across, Jenkins to Bond. Free ball across the net, Jones. Job is there, Wise with the set tonight. Point, Cardinals.
I got to think Clarinda is just playing some of the best volleyball they've played all season here tonight against the Tigers. And, this is the time of the year to start peaking when you're with your skill set and gelling as a team.
Absolutely. Hit, set, Jones, free ball across the net. There is Merrill. Wise with the set to Knight. She taps it right to the open spot on the court.
Just like that, even completely out of system, Jersey Knight finds a way to hit the ball and find an open spot on the floor and take advantage of it of the Tigers.
13-11 is the score. Back to serve Merrill. Jump serve, low and into the net. Point Tigers 13-12 now, set 3. And Clarinda leads 2 sets to none, 25-21, 25-19. The first 2 sets with Clarinda winning those first 2. Here we go, Jenkins into the back row to Merrill. A serve.
Carly has not served in quite a while in a varsity match, and she gets back there and pounds an ace right away. Good for her.
And we're tied up at 13 apiece in set number 3. Here we go. Serve from Jenkins again. Merrill tapped across by Brown. Free ball across the net, Jones. Merrill to Wise, set to Knight. This one misses out. Point Tigers. And it's 14-13. Serve from Jenkins, misses out, and it's 14 apiece. This is the kind of set that
I just can't even hardly stand still, let alone sit still here, Aaron.
This is on the edge of your seat. Knight back to serve, jump serve, taps the top ribbon. And how do you deal with that, Derek?
Yeah, you don't deal with that. I see the ball rolling over there to some Tiger fans. Maybe they can put a little good luck on the ball for the Tigers.
15-14 is our score. And the Cardinals lead. Jersey Knight back to serve. She has one impressive jump serve, I tell you. Tapped down by Wise, kept alive. Wagner, Wise set to Brown. A little jousting there, but we have, a net violation? Two touch.
That's the first call we've had of that tonight. And
it's tied up at 15 apiece.
Yeah, for the Tigers here. Merced's back serving.
Ramirez to serve. Into the back row, Knight to Wise. Set the Brown off of the hands of the Tigers, and they just can't chase it down. Point to the Cardinals. 16-15. Back to serve Brown. Brooke Brown. She's a senior, a 5'10 senior for the Cardinals. Misses out down the sideline.
Just out. She was trying to place that ball right down the line in front of the Tigers bench. And just sails out of bounds.
Here we go. Tied up at 16. Emily Siebenecker back to serve for Red Oak. Here we go. Serve low and into the net. Point Cardinals. This set has just been something.
Tell you, a lot of back and forth. I think Angie's probably going to comment a little bit on the service errors from the Tigers here tonight as being part of the game.
Jump serve from Wise. Siebenecker to Ramirez, set to O'Neill. She taps it across to the open spot.
Jocelyn did not get that hang time from me. I'm not sure where.
I was not going to say that.
Man,
she has had a couple of just outstretched athletic moves here tonight that I wouldn't say that, Derek, that she didn't get it from you, but yeah, there you go. O'Neill serve into the back row. Knight tapped across by Wellhausen. Gray is there, set to Boswell, blocked at the net. O'Neill to Ramirez. This time the set to Boswell. To Knight, kept alive by Job. Free ball across the net. Wise to Siebenecker. Up front it goes to Ramirez. Set to Gray. Falls to the floor. Point Tigers.
Again, that's a little bit of luck on the Tigers side with Marley being very good at mixing it up in the air again and switching to her left hand and just tapping it down the line there on the net.
Served across by O'Neill. Wise. Free ball across the net. Job. Low set to Jenkins. Blocked at the net by Wellhausen. Blocked at the net again by Wellhausen, and Wagner hit across by O'Neill into the back row. And point Tigers. 19-17. And we're going to have a timeout on the court. 19-17, Red Oak leads set 3. We'll be back after this.
play can change the momentum in a game, and one deductible is a game changer when it comes to your insurance. That's why you should see me, Richard Fisher, your Farm Bureau agent in Red Oak. I can help bring your car and home together in a single policy. So if life sends you a blitz in the form of a storm or fire, you'll pay just one deductible for everything that's covered. Come see how we can help protect what matters most. That's Richard Fisher down at Farm Bureau Financial Services across from the post office here in Red Oak.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Back to Red Oak. Red Oak leads set 3, 19-17. This has been an exciting set.
A little more exciting than the first two, that is for sure.
Clarinda,
if you're a Tiger fan.
Clarinda just controlled those first two sets.
To for their credit, they have been more aggressive here in this third set, and they have the freedom to do it. So
19-17 is the score. Red Oak leads. Back to serve O'Neill for Red Oak. Jocelyn O'Neill. Into the back row, Knight to Wise. Set goes to Wagner. And the Tigers can't keep it alive, and the point will go to Clarinda. 19-18. Back to serve Wagner. Addison Wagner. Here we go. The sophomore. Jump serve. Into the back row to Siebenecker. Then to Bond. Down ball. Free ball across the net by Gray. Wise taps it across. And the point goes to the Tigers. She was too far across the net, Derek?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Carly was thinking something there. It was not right on the other team, and
she was right. It's 20. Its point goes to the Tigers. 20-18.
I think the down judge overruled the up ref there.
And then we have a service error, and the point goes to Clarinda. 20-19. Back to serve. Job. Into the back rows to Siebenecker. Now to Joint. Set goes to Ramirez. Misses out, and we're all tied up here now at 20 apiece. It's anybody's set. Red Oak must win to keep it alive. Clarinda wins, and it's over for the night. Into the back row to Bond. Up front, set goes to Gray. She hits it to the court. Point to the Tigers. 21-20. Coming into the game is DeVries taking a seat. Gray. And it looks like Jones checks in for Siebenecker. Back to serve is DeVries. 21-20 is our score. Red Oak leads in set 3. Clarinda leads in sets on the night, 2-0. Up front, Wise, set to Brown. Off of the hands of the Tigers and into the bleachers. Point goes to the Cardinals, and it's tied up at 21 apiece. In and back to serve is Lily Merrill, a senior, 5'5" senior. 21 apiece. Serve from Merrill into the back row. There's DeVries. Set to Ramirez, dug out by Job. Wise with the set to Knight. Jersey Knight again for the Cardinals, getting it done.
The difference in these two teams is Clarinda is just digging everything and giving their setters an opportunity to keep it going here.
Timeout on the court, 22-21, and Clarinda leads. We'll be right back after this. Here we go. 22-21 is our score. Clarinda with the lead. Merrill back to serve for the Cardinals. Cardinals win this set, and it's over for the night. Jump serve into the back row. DeVries to Joint. Set to Jenkins. Carly Jenkins.
Yeah, Tigers did a good job. Starts with a great pass and then got a good set there from Merced over to Carly.
Tied
she
up.
Puts it away.
Tied up at 22 in set 3.
Carly is going to serve again in her spot in the rotation.
Merrill.
And
it's going to be a point Tigers. Tigers lead.
She's going to get an ace. She has 2 aces here tonight and has only served in the third set here.
23-22, set 3. Carly Jenkins back to serve. Into the back row to Merrill. Wise set to Brown. There it goes out, and it's set point here for the Tigers.
Clarinda's going to talk about it here with the Tigers sitting at 24 points and probably a wise timeout there by their coach.
We're going to keep it right here. Let me tell you what has happened previously here this evening. Of course, it's senior night here in Red Oak. Seniors were recognized earlier. In freshman play, Red Oak comes out on top in 2, 25-6, 25-13. In junior varsity play, it was Red Oak over Clarinda, 25-15, and then an exciting second set in junior varsity. Red Oak comes out on top in that set, 27-25, to win the match overall. Here in the third set, Clarinda leads 2 sets none, 25-21, 25-19. In the third set, Red Oak leads 24-22. Here we go.
Clarinda leaving a lot of space open here at the front of the net.
Jenkins back to serve. Into the back row, Knight to Wise. Set to Knight. She taps it across. There's Jones. Set to Ramirez. Hits it at the net. Point Tigers, and the Tigers win. The Tigers win set 3. We're going to 4. 25-22. Tigers win set 3. We're going to take a break, and we will be back with the fourth set right after this.
Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak is all new and better than ever. I'm Mike Utz, the new General Sales Manager. We boosted our inventory and expanded our dedicated sales and service teams while retaining the familiar faces you trust. Buying, selling, or trading, we've got you covered. Experience the fresh selection of cars and top-notch service at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak. Discover more at HawkeyeFord.com.
Our sponsors and say thank you for making it possible for us to be here and broadcast volleyball, both on our broadcast on our FM and AM, or over on our streaming channels, or on our YouTube channel. So just make a note, say thank you. Derek, here we go, headed to set number 4. You were telling me this may be the first time this season.
First set 4. I mean, I just scanned through the results real quick, and yeah, first set 4 for competition this year for the Tigers.
So here we go. Headed right into set 4. Tigers will serve. Nicole Bond back for Red Oak to get started here. Set 4, serve for Bond. Wagner passes it up front. Knight, free ball across the court, across the net. Low set to O'Neal, point Tigers.
I love seeing those quicks run right there to the middles, and Jocelyn puts it down.
And it's 1-0. Red Oak leads set 4. Bond back to serve. Across the net to Knight up front. Wise with the set to Brown. She hits it hard. And the point goes to the Cardinals. Tied up at 1 apiece. And here we go. Back to serve will be Merrill. Lily Merrill, a senior. 5'5" senior. Into the back row to DeVries. There's Joint, sets Ramirez. She hits it across, dug out by Wagner. Up front, Wise, set to Knight. Hits it hard. Bond keeps that alive. Good job by Nicole Bond. And then Cardinals keep it alive. Pushed it back across the net. DeVries set to O'Neal a bit high.
Yeah, somehow Lily Merrill there on the Cardinal side. That went under the net. I think the up ref needs to have a chat here with his down ref. But yeah, Lily Merrill did a great job keeping that ball alive on Clarinda's side from a super hit from I think that was Keely Jones there that smacked that down on the outside there. Tigers just a little out of system there when that happened, and it was a reaction. I'm not sure who reacted.
Yeah.
You know, the set went to Jocelyn. She couldn't get to it, and then there was a reaction pass, and it went under the net.
Yeah. Point goes to Clarinda as it should have. Here we go. 2-1 is the score. Back to serve Merrill. Jump serve into the back row. Bond to Joint. Set to Ramirez. Blocked out of play. Point Tigers. 2-2.
Got good job by the Tigers staying in system. Starts with a good pass. Good set. And then, Merced hits into the block. Block falls out of bounds.
Here we go. Tied up at 2 apiece. And Ramirez back to serve for Red Oak. And low and into the net. Point goes to the Cardinals. 3-2. Jersey Knight back to serve. That's serve, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
3-2 is the score. 4-2 now. Ace serve by Jersey Knight.
She clearly has the confidence of her coach there, and that's an example of her just getting after it.
Here we go. Jump serve again from Knight. DeVries gets under it. It goes clear back across the net. Set to Brown. Hits hard. Bond keeps it alive. Down ball across the net by Jones. Set to Wagner. She hits it across. Ramirez to Bond. Down ball into the back row to Knight. She passes it up front to Wise. This set goes to Wagner over on the left side. It's blocked out of play, and the point goes to the Cardinals.
That was a good volleyball. Both teams there. Clarinda ran a slide with Wagner, and Red Oak handled it. And then, we were right there in Wagner's face for a block, but just happens to sail out of bounds.
Jump serve again from Knight. Back across the net to Job. Wise sets Brown. She taps it across. Point Cardinals. 6-2 is our score.
I mean, Clarinda's got they have a good kind of attacking system there when you can hit the ball hard and then tap it across. It is going to keep defenses confused.
Jump serve from Knight is received by Bond all the way up front, and Boswell taps it across with her fist. Dump set by Wise. Ramirez dump set, tapped by Bond. Wise passed it to Wagner. She hits it across, blocked at the net by O'Neal. Point Tigers.
Yeah, both teams just completely out of system on that. Players taking balls that wouldn't normally do it on a second ball, and that was a set from Jersey Knight there to Wagner, and the Tigers were in a position to block it.
Siebenecker back to serve now for the Tigers. 6-3 is the score. Clarinda with the lead. Knight to Wise. Hit across by Merrill. Siebenecker passes to Ramirez. She taps it over to Gray, who pushes it across the net. hit by Wagner, block out of play, point Cardinals.
It was nice to see the Tigers right there and get the block. Just fell a bit outside the line there. Point going to Clarinda.
Brown serves to Bond in the back row. She passes to Ramirez. Hit across by Boswell. Wise. Pushed across by Wagner, but too far. It goes out of play, and the point goes to the Tigers. She was going cross court to the other side and just went a little too far with it.
Yeah, she had the right idea. I think she's done that a couple of times here tonight, and it's just sailed just a little long.
Here we go. O'Neal from the service line into the back row. Job to Wise. Set to Wellhausen. She hits it. Siebenecker is there. Kept alive by Ramirez. That's just effort by the Tigers. Set this time goes to Wagner. Too far. Point Tigers.
That was great hustle by Merced to keep that ball alive for the Tigers and to keep us going with the serving here.
And here we go, back to serve again, O'Neal. It's 7-2. Clarinda leads in set. It's 7-5. Sorry, 7-5. Clarinda leads. Hit across by Wagner. There's Ramirez. Down ball across the net. Siebenecker to Knight. Set to Wellhausen. She hits it across. Kept alive by the Tigers. Free ball across the net. Siebenecker. Up front, set to Wellhausen. She taps this one across. There's Ramirez. Hit across by Boswell. Blocked at the net by Wagner. 8-5. Clarinda leads. It's 2-1 on the night with Clarinda leading. Set 4, Clarinda leads 8-5. Jump serve from Wise into the back row to Bond. Right to the net. That right to the net, as we've talked about it many times, it's just hard to deal with.
The Tigers are having a hard time with almost every one of these Clarinda serves here.
9-5's the score. Wise this time, a little short serve. There's Boswell to Ramirez. Set to Gray. Knight digs it up front. Set goes to Wagner. She just pushes this one across. Kept alive by the Tigers. Boswell hits it across into the back row. Job. Free ball across the net. Wise to Siebenecker up front. Low set to Jenkins. She hits it hard. And back across the net. Job. Wise set. Wagner hit hard. Chased down. And Tigers keep it alive. That's good effort. Good effort by the Tigers. Set to Wellhausen. She taps it across. And the point goes to the Cardinals. What a volley.
There is only so much you can do running back and forth, falling down, diving on a court until it catches up with you and the team can just tap it down, finding that open spot on the court.
10-5. Jump serve from Wise into the back row to Siebenecker. Bond to Gray. She pushes it across the net. Wise with the set this time to Wagner. For Ramirez. Bond set to Boswell. She hits it across to the Cardinals. There's Wellhausen out of play. Point Cardinals. Point Tigers. 10-6. Cardinals lead. Alexis Joint into the ball game. She's going to serve for the Tigers. 10-6. Serve from Joint into the back row. Knight set to Wagner. She hits it down the line. It's in.
It was in. That was a good job by the Cardinals there to find the open spot on the floor. Take advantage of it for the side out.
11-6 is our score. Here comes the jump serve just across the top ribbon, and a serve for Wagner. Timeout on the court. 12-6 Cardinals lead. We'll be right back after this.
Stadium 34 in Red Oak, proudly serving delicious food and drinks to all of Sunshine Country. From your favorite craft beer with a burger to a perfectly grilled ribeye steak and a glass of wine. They have a great selection on their menu. Stadium 34 also serves breakfast Saturday and Sunday mornings. And if you need a space for a wedding reception, anniversary party, family reunion, or birthday party, Stadium 34 has the perfect banquet space for a large or small event. Call today to book your party. That's Stadium 34 at the Red Coach Inn on Senate Avenue in Red Oak.
Clarinda wins 25-21, 25-19, then Red Oak 25-22, and Clarinda leads set 4, 12-6. I would say a good crowd here, Derek.
I mean, an excellent crowd. Hopefully there's a great crowd watching it online also. And, I mean, if you're not, you're missing some great volleyball here tonight in Red Oak against these two Southwest Iowa teams.
Hey, if you're there online, hit subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Ramirez receives, joint, hit across by Gray. Out front, Wise with the set tonight. Big hit, Jersey Knight. Point, Cardinals. 13-6 is our score.
I mean, Red Oak did everything they needed to do right there to try and stop that. It's just a hard hit ball by the Cardinals.
Wagner serves, Ramirez right to the net, tapped down by Knight. It's 14-6. Cardinals lead, back to serve Wagner, Addison Wagner, sophomore. Little short serve this time. Joint to Ramirez. She hits it right to the back line. It's out. Point goes to the Cardinals. It's 15-6. Cardinals have a solid lead here now in set 4. Into the game Went. Out of the game Ramirez. Bond. Hit by Went. Point goes to the Cardinals. It's 16-6. 10-point lead now for the Cardinals. I think that might be the biggest lead of the evening overall. The Cardinals have had 16-6. Wagner into the back row to Siebenecker. Set, tapped across by Gray. Nice heads-up play by Jersey Knight just to get that across.
Their libero, number 8,
Job.
Just a lights-out defensive player right there. She has gotten all of those almost all night long for the Cardinals there.
Jump serve from Wagner again to the back row. It's out. Point Tigers. 17-7 is our score. Into the game DeVries and Jones. Out of the game Gray and Siebenecker for Red Oak. DeVries will serve for the Tigers. Into the back row, there's Job. Hit across by Wellhausen, but I think we have a net violation on the Cardinals. We do. Point to the Tigers.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but it looked like he was calling somebody over the line there.
Yeah. Yep. 17-8 is our score. Back to serve is DeVries. A serve, Kennedy DeVries.
Yeah, good job by Kennedy there, finding that open spot on the floor and just going for it.
17-9. This serves low and into the net. Point Cardinals. 18-9 is our score. Job back to serve now. Presley Job. Here we go. And the back row to Bond. Set to Jenkins. Tapped across, blocked by Knight. Here this set to Jones. Hits it to the back row. Wagner to Wise. Set to Knight. Blocked out of play. Point Cardinals. Into the game Ramirez. Taking a seat is Went. 19-9 is the score. And Job back to serve. Presley Job. From the left side, right down the line, DeVries to Joint. Set to Jenkins. Howard over on the right side hits it across. Tapped down by Brown, but Ramirez is there. Ramirez gets it back across the net. There's Howard. Set to Jersey Knight.
Off the hands of the Tiger blockers.
Grief.
I mean,
Wow.
Tigers totally scrappy play there. I mean, I don't know what else you say with arms out, trying desperately to keep the ball in play.
20-19 is the score. Clarinda with the lead. Timeout on the court. We'll be back after this. And welcome back. Here we go. Cardinals lead 20-9 in set number 4 over the Tigers into the back row. Over to Jones. Hit out of play. Point Cardinals.
What was that call for? What was that exactly?
Was it off of the Tigers?
I guess they're saying it. I guess they're saying it hit the net, and the net then pushed it back out of bounds as opposed to the blockers.
21-9 is the score. Cardinals lead. Free ball across the net by Jones. Wise with the set to Howard. Hits it to the back row to DeVries. Ramirez this time a little jousting at the net. It's going to go out of play. Point Cardinals. 22-9 Cardinals lead. Back to serve is Job. Presley Job into the back row. Joint. Set to Jones. She hits it across, and Wise gets under it. And a free ball across the net. Knight. There's Ramirez. Pass to Joint. Set goes to Jones. She hits it across. Wagner to Wise. Set to Knight. She hits it hard. Brown gets under it. Tapped across and kept alive. It's going to be a Tiger point. 2 hits.
Yeah. Clarinda still just attacking the ball every opportunity they get right there. And Jersey hits the ball, got blocked, came right back at it.
22-10 is the score. Cardinals lead into the back row tonight. Wise hit across by Knight. It's out. (22-11). Back to serve Nicole Bond for Red Oak. Into the back row. A serve, Nicole Bond. 22-12. And here we go. Set 4. Nicole Bond at the service line for Red Oak. There's Wagner to Wise. Set to Knight. She hits it across. Jones. Job set to Brown. Hits hard. Keely Jones hits it back. It's blocked by Brown. Kept alive by Brown. Set to Knight. She slams it down, and Nicole Bond again. Ramirez with the free ball across the court. Up front, Wise. Set to Howard. Out. Point Tigers.
That was a great volley by both teams. Nice to see the Tigers win one of those volleys there. Keep it going here with Nicole at the service line.
Back to serve now for the Tigers. Nicole Bond, 22-13 is the score. Into the back row tonight. Set tonight. Hits it hard. Bond to Joint. Set to O'Neal. She hits it to the back row. Wagner up front. Set tonight. Into the net. Point Tigers. 22-14.
I don't want to say anything here. Kind of, my superstition's going to be just.
You've pulled out everything here tonight. Up front it goes to Wise. Set to Brown, but point is hit into the net. Point goes to Tigers. 22-15. Nicole Bond got a little roll going here from behind the service line.
Yep, Clarinda wants to talk about it. I think just kind of a smart timeout there by them to just try and kill this momentum of the Tigers.
Clarinda leads 22-15, and we'll be back after this. To Red Oak, 22-15 is the score. Nicole Bond at the service line. It is time for volleyball. Nicole Bond serves into the back row, and we're going to have an ace serve. Nicole Bond.
Yeah, great hustle there by Clarinda to try and get that ball. Glad to see Red Oak coming out of that timeout. Still on the momentum there with Nicole at the service line.
Tigers down by 6. They were down by 10 earlier. 22-16 is the score. Nicole Bond from behind the service line. Knight passes to Wise. Set to Brown. Point Cardinals. (23-16) in the ball game, and back to serve is Merrill. Lily Merrill for Clarinda. Into the back row to DeVries. Hit hard, Jocelyn O'Neill.
Yeah, great little slide play by the Tigers. Alexis did a great job getting that ball up for Jocelyn, slamming it down in the middle. Side out, Tigers.
23-17. Clarinda with the lead, and Ramirez to serve for the Tigers. Low and across the net, Job to Wise. Set to Brown, she taps it down. Kept alive. We're going to have a free ball across the net by the Tigers. DeVries. Job under it, back across the net. Set to O'Neill, blocked at the net. Chased down by Ramirez. Free ball across the net. O'Neill into the back row. Job passes to Wise. Set to Knight, hit hard. Tigers are there. There's Bond. Set to Jones. Hits it into the back row to Job. Up into the rafters, down. Kept alive by Wise. We're going to have a free ball by Knight. Out front. Set to Boswell. Point Tigers. What a rally. And
Great volley. Great execution there. Tigers did a good job pulling the block there on that side, leaving Olivia open on the right side to nail it down for the point and the side out.
Ramirez to serve. 23-18, set number 4. Into the back row to Merrill. Set to Brown, hit in the net, point Tigers.
Brown normally right on with that, with those long arms, hitting it right down in the middle of the court almost every time she's gotten the ball.
And it's 23-19. Ramirez back to serve. Into the back row. Merrill right at the net. Tapped down by O'Neill, but Job is there. Job again across the net this time. Tapped down to the back row, and Bond keeps it alive. Free ball across the net. Jones. Set to Brown. Blocked at the net by O'Neill. Pushed across by Knight. Set to Boswell. Wise keeps it alive. Pushed across this time by Wagner. Bond, Ramirez, set to Boswell. She hits it across, and the point goes to the Tigers.
Man, we're going to have to get the Clarinda Hospital up here to bring us some oxygen because I just sucked 90% of it out of the gym on that volley.
I need to turn your mic down, Derek. 23-20. Clarinda leads, set 4. Low serve across the net. Job chased down by Wise, and we're going to have a free ball across the net. Job. Set, hit, O'Neill. And what a great play by the Tigers. And it's 23-21. Tigers, maybe the best play of the night right there by the Tigers. Here we go. Ramirez serves to Merrill and Boswell. Ramirez set to Boswell. She hits it across. Job to Wagner. Bond receives, pass it up front. There's Jones to Merrill, or to Job rather. Hit by Knight. Out. Point Red Oak. 23-22. It's a 1-point set. And Merced Ramirez back to serve. 23-22. Clarinda wins, it's over. Red Oak wins, it goes to set 5. Hit across by Knight. Up front. Set to Jones. Big hit. Kaylee Jones. It's tied up. It is tied up at 23 after being down by 10 points, Derek.
I told you. Yes.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Down by 10, Derek. And actually, they're down 2 sets to none. Clarinda had dominated those first 2 sets. Clarinda wins, or Red Oak wins set 3. And they were down by 10 in set 4 and have come back to tie it now at 23. And here we go. Ramirez at the service line. Merced Ramirez has had quite a run from the service line here. Into the back row to Job. Wise at the net. Brown kept alive. There's Bond. Hit across by Boswell. Wagner. Wise set to Knight. She hits it hard. Ramirez to Bond. Hit across by Boswell. Pushed across that time by Wise. There's Jones into the back row to Job. Wise sets Knight. She taps it across. Jones keeps it alive up front. Boswell hits it into the back row. Wagner tapped across by Wise. Bond pushed into the back row by Ramirez. Brown to Ramirez. Bond hit across by Boswell. Sails long. Point goes to Clarinda. It's set point.
What a volley right there.
Set point for the Cardinals. 20.
Man.
And who's up to serve? Jersey Knight. Jersey has had a tremendous night from the service line. 24-23. Set point. Jump serve into the back row. Bond. Ramirez set to O'Neal. Set to Wagner. She hits it hard. There is DeVries to Bond. We're going to have a free ball across the net. Ramirez. Jersey to the net. Brown hits it hard. Bond keeps it alive. Set to Jones. And Clarinda gets the victory. Clarinda wins 25-23.
What a game. I mean, that is a great match right there. Red Oak coming back with all they had there. And Clarinda still digging deep and pulling it out. So
Clarinda wins 3-1 here in Red Oak this evening.
Man.
25-23. We're going to take a break.
Good volleyball.
We're going to be back after this. Wow.